Hello guys, and welcome to my very first Q&A on the Funko Frog channel. Got a lot of questions to cover, guys. Let's get started right away with YouTube. The first question we have is from Guardian Lover Films, who says, "Hey Funko Frog, how many Funko Pops do you have?" At the moment, I have 369. I'm waiting for one more Pop Rides to arrive in the mail. It's going to be a special one. That will be at 370. So pretty much, yeah, I'd say around 370 at the moment. I would have even more, but I sold actually a lot of Pops in the beginning of this year. I sold like 40 something. So if I hadn't sold those, I would have already been at least 400 something. At least 410, I would guess. Second question is from Felix Eduardo Sanchez Lazo, who says, about how many Funko Pops do you plan on collecting, and which are your favorites? Like, my thought process when it comes to these is that I want to collect them, yes, but I want to collect the ones that I really like. Since I'm a Disney fanboy, I collect a lot of Disney ones, but I don't have every Disney Pop in the world. I have to realistically think about space, money also. I'll keep on collecting because they seem to be going strong and releasing a lot of good ones, but there's going to be a point where I'm going to have to like cut this collection in half because I simply don't have the room. But for now, I think I'm good. And as for some of my favorite ones, Judy Hopps for sure, because she was my very first. Sailor Moon, because she was the Pop that made me go, okay, I think I should really start collecting these more hardcore because they look freaking amazing. And of course, the mascot of the channel, Keroppi. Though these are just some of my favorites. I have like a top 20 list I posted somewhere, but I don't want to make this question overly long than it is, but these are some of my favorites in my collection. Done Playing asks, any favorite hunting techniques? Not really a technique, but what I do like to do is I like to call the morning or the day of when they have it in, and I would ask, hey, is there any way you can have it, hold it to the side for me? And usually they do. However, there's some people saying that you can't do that because of something, like they don't allow that anymore, but they never told me straight up that, nah, we can't hold it for you, sorry. So I just do that, or even if I call, and they say, yes, we do, I just hope to have that luck that in that 20 minutes I take to go call to get there, they'll still have it. So I can't really get to stores early because I don't have a car myself and I have to wait for my dad to get home and stuff like that. So sometimes it's just by plain luck. That's why trying to get Cadney Carnation was a little bit hard at first, because by the time my dad came home from work and we went out, 5 of the GameStops already sold out, and I was just lucky to find one GameStop. So it's just by plain luck for me. Rocks the Fox Raccoon asks, what is your rarest and favorite Pop figure? I'll pretty much combine this question together, like my rarest and my favorite. So that will have to be La Moretta for sure, because she's like definitely my rarest because she's worth $140, and she's my favorite because of, you know, how amazing it looks. Regular Josh 1 asks, how long have you been collecting Pops? I started in June of 2016, and it is now April of 2018. So in about 2 more months, pretty much 2 years. Cross Spider asks, do you have pet frogs? No, I don't. Extinction asks, so if you were not limited to how much you could spend on a single Pop figure, which Holy Grail figure would you get? I would say maybe the Metallic Genie, who is a San Diego Comic-Con exclusive that was limited to only a certain number, because it would be my first limited number piece, and it'll also be probably the most expensive Pop in my collection, because that thing is going for like 600, 700 bucks now. I'll put the price right here. And finally, the last question we have here on YouTube is from the STS guys, who asks, how many marshmallows can you fit in your mouth? Okay, we're moving on to Amino. Amino is an app where I pretty much socialize with a bunch of other people about Funko Pops and everything. I'm the leader on there. I make sure that everyone's not breaking the rules, and we make posts, sharing our collections, polls, quizzes, talking about what's new, and it's a very fun experience. But I have a lot of members on there who wanted to ask me questions as well. Let's get started with that. Marvel Cockatoo asks, hi, I have 2 questions if you don't mind. Thanks. Number 1, what is your oldest Pop in time of their production? And 2, do you have any ideas for any lines of Pops, like rides, 6 inches, or scenes? Number 1, where it is my oldest Pop, that would definitely have to be the Joker. The original Joker from the first toy line of Funko Pops that Funko ever produced. It says here on the bottom of the foot that it was produced in 2010. So that was pretty much 8 years ago. So this is definitely the oldest one I have. And for any ideas for the other toy lines, for Pop rides, I'd say Harry Potter riding on Buckbeak, because that is such a good scene from Prison of Azkaban, when he's riding across the water and stuff like that. I think that would look great with Harry Potter with his arms molded out like that. I think Funko did a fail by not making the T-Rex from Jurassic Park not a 6-inch, because that would have been perfect as a 6-inch, and I still think it should be a 6-inch. So maybe they'll do a re-release, or maybe like a new version of it or something, hopefully, because that needs to be a 6-inch for sure. And for pop scenes, I would like for them to make more scenes that's not Star Wars based. No hate against Star Wars, I don't hate it at all, but not everything has to be about Star Wars, bruh. I would love a pop scene based off the ending of Terminator 2, where, you know, the Terminator is facing off the T-1000. I think Funko could really make that molded metal shape that he forms into really nice if they paint it with chrome. And I think they can execute a really well Arnold Schwarzenegger pop with half his face torn off and you see the robotic parts underneath, the exoskeleton. I think it would look really great. And I don't know why they haven't done any Terminator pops yet. I mean, why not? They've done Alien, they've done Predator. You're just missing Terminator. That ST Pop Girl asks, how many pops do you personally hate but still own in your collection? For example, my Tinkerbell here, this is number 10 in the first series of Disney Pops. Probably the oldest Disney Pop I own. But you can't really tell from here, but her paint job is really bad on her eye. Her neck molding is terrible. Her wand is bent. And behind her neck, it's atrocious. It looks like someone like tried cutting her head off and it just stopped. And yeah, I just got it in really bad shape, and I never really looked at it the same. And the second is definitely Symmetra, because when I bought her, her knees were bent, so she doesn't stand well. So she just kind of like leans way too far forward. So then I tried fixing her, but that kind of like made it worse. So now she like bends all the way back, and it's just a complete broken figure. And now I look at it like, oh god, this is just a worthless figure now. I don't know what the hell to do with it. And I can't sell it because who would want a broken Symmetra, you know? So now I'm pretty much stuck with these two because I don't think anyone would want a really messed up looking Tinkerbell too. Some Gorillas asks, what's your favorite Disney related Funko Pop? I mean, I have a ton of favorites. Let me just look at this. There's so many to choose from. I got Bambi, I got friggin' Vanellope, I got Rapunzel, I got Hercules and Pegasus. I just recently got this one. I have so many favorites, trust me, I do. But Judy just has a place in my heart because she was the reason why all this exists. JV asks, what is your favorite anime-related Funko Pop you own, and which one do you wish you owned? Favorite anime one, I love all my anime pops, but since Sailor Moon is my second favorite anime, I have to choose her. Though, I love a bunch of others on there as well. There's a lot of really cool ones. One that I wish I owned, not sure actually, because there's not one that I'm like, oh man, I wish I bought that when I had the chance, because I pretty much got the ones I pretty much need. Can't really think of much, so... Not sure of that one. Spiderwolf1789 asks, which one do you prefer, Marvel or DC? Okay, I just recently watched the Marvel Cinematic Universe, so I have, you know, fresh knowledge of everything, and I really love those movies and everything. For DC, though, I like Batman, don't get me wrong. I like Superman, the Joker's cool and everything. I love The Dark Knight, the movie was excellent. I really like Man of Steel. However, for some reason, I somehow prefer Marvel because I guess I just had to watch those movies first or something. I don't know. And maybe it's a track record of how DC movies are and, you know, how it's not doing as well. But I know there's a lot of DC fans as well. I heard that people say The Dark Knight is much darker, and I can obviously see that it is. And it's better and cool and everything. But I don't know. I'm going to say Marvel for now, though it could change. We'll see. E asks, name 3 ad icons you want as pops. Number 1, Ronald McDonald. I think that would be pretty cool. Number 2, the Kool-Aid Man. I mean, come on. It's the Kool-Aid Man. And number 3, Nesquik Bunny. He's like the icon of old chocolate milk, so I don't see why not. They already did Trix Rabbit, why not this rabbit, you know? Zacky Puss asks, what's a pop vinyl that you would want Funko to produce? So many ideas. Just so many. Right off the top of my head, I would really like to see Miss Kobayashi's Dragon Maid into pops. That's a type of anime pops I would like. For Disney, though, I would also like... I have so many ideas. A 2-pack of Pongo and Perdita from 101 Dalmatians. Because all they do is Cruella de Vil. Not everything has to be about Cruella de Vil, you know? The dogs are also part of the movie, too. Maybe a 2-pack of Todd and Cooper from Fox and the Hound, which is another one of my personal favorites. I think they should continue the Bambi line. Maybe do Feline, because that's Bambi's love interest. I would love to put her next to him. And Sonic Pops for sure. I would love an Amy Pop because I'm a big fan of Amy and they need to do Amy. So Amy now, please. Sky Cookie 247 asks, what was your first pop, chase, exclusive, and trade? Or and sale as well. What was your first pop? It was supposed to be this, but this initially got lost in the mail. So that got lost in translation. I had to order that later. Rapunzel. This was the first pop box I physically held in my hands. At the time, I never actually seen one in person, so when I took her out of the box and I saw how nice it looked, the colors, how it looked in person, I knew there was a future for me starting there. So this was my first pop right here. My first chase is actually the Star-Lord chase. Of course, I never found it because to this day, I've never found a chase in a store. I was just fed up of never having a chase and everyone is showing off their chases, so I actually just bought this one off eBay for 20 bucks. It's not bad, you know. My very first exclusive was actually the flocked Hot Top exclusive Bambi. Never found it in store. I had to pay 20 bucks about it on eBay. It was my first exclusive, and when I saw this, I lost my mind, and I had the money at the time, so I bought it right away, and this was my very first exclusive. My first trade was actually Sir Hiss. I sold my vaulted, very rare Sir Hiss for this. I was blinded by a chase, and I decided to sell it. It came in the mail, and when I saw it in person, the blood paint was terrible. I could barely even see it. I had to customize it just to make it look more like the glam shots. But the blood paint was terrible. It's like you have to squint really close just to see it, and I completely regretted it. And I wish I still had my Sir Hiss. That was a mistake I did. As for the first pop I sold, not too sure. It's been a while. I'm gonna have to look at my old eBay track record for that. Tasmith Xavier asks, how did you come up with the name the Funko Frog? It was based off when I was watching The Princess and the Frog, actually. It was Disney Marathon I was doing. And I had seen the movie before, not completely 100%, but this was the first time I've seen it 100%. I absolutely loved it, and I wanted to get all the pops. And I did. I had the whole set. So when I got Tiana and Naveen right here, I was really excited about it, and for some reason I decided to put her as a frog as my profile picture, and for some reason I adapted that into a persona, pretty much, and I don't know, I just thought it would be fun just to call myself the Funko Frog, it's whatever, and it kind of stuck, and now that's how I am. And then when I got Karopi here, that image of a Funko Frog pretty much excavated to higher heights, and I decided just to stick with it, so there we go. Pop Addict 94 asks, Funko Pop you traded or you regret? Like I said, the Tiffany chase. I definitely regret trading that. I don't know what I was thinking with that. Shouldn't have done that. Guardian Lover Films asks, hey Alex, what is your favorite chase? My favorite chase would have to be pretty much a toss-up between the flocked Remy chase and the Magnet Missile GameStop exclusive Black Friday 17. I messed it up. But yeah, it's either between this one or that one. Whoops, it's upside down. And that's it for Amino. Now we're moving on to Facebook. We've got the first question from Justin Nelson, who asks, do you collect other stuff besides Pops? Yes, I do. Not as frequent. I mean, pretty much Pops is the main focus, but I do have a couple other things. For example, I collect some plushes. I got a Yoshi plush, Amy plush, a Doctor Strange plush, 2 more Yoshi plushes right there. I got a Nala plush up here. I collect some Disney Infinity figures. I got Nick Wilde and Judy right there. I got a Donald Duck and a Stitch. I have some My Little Pony merchandise. I have the Guardians of Harmony pack sets, which is Nightmare Moon. I got Princess Celestia. I got the vinyl figures, which are from Funko, but they're from My Little Pony as well. I have a couple Dorbs as well. I got Mystery Mini, well, just one because I sold all the other ones I got. I have this Betty Boop figurine that I got that I thought looked really nice. Up here, I also have rock candies, of course. I have the Shigarita plush. I have my World of Nintendo figures, along with Amiibos. So yeah, I definitely do collect other stuff besides Pops all the time. Before I was actually collecting any type of figurines though, I've also been collecting movies. I have all my animated films right here, plus many more in my attic, and many horror movies, at least 300 of them, because I was a complete fanatic of horror movies back in 2007. However, since we renovated the room to be a little bit smaller and we have left space, I decided to sacrifice my movies, put them upstairs in boxes, and just to make room for Pops. So that's just how we are now. And finally, we are at the very last question of the entire video, and it is from Justin Nelson's wife, Amanda Nelson. She asks, are you a dog person or a cat person? Like, I love both animals, but I had more interactivity with dogs than cats. But I really like cats, but I also really like dogs. So, I'm gonna say 50-50. That's just how I am, 50-50. And that's it, guys. That's all the questions I have. Really great questions. I love answering all of them. There is a mess in the bed right now. I just want to thank everyone that actually contributed asking a question. I really appreciate every single one of you for doing so. Hopefully I can do this again later on in the year. Maybe ask more questions about, who I am, and maybe you guys get to know me a little bit more better. Because I don't mind asking those, whatever. Ask me anything. Either way, thanks guys for asking the questions so much. I really appreciate every single one of you. And hope you guys had enjoyed watching this video of me talking my butt off. Quick little update before I close the video. I actually acquired an Orville with Miss Bianca and Bernard that is coming in the mail really soon. I cannot wait for that because it was such a pain to get. Such a pain. But it's coming and I'm really excited about that. So, unboxing video as soon as I get it. Alright guys, thank you so much for watching. Leave a like and comment if you enjoyed. And I'll see you in that unboxing video.